It was 3:07 in the morning. John was carrying his sleepy 5-year-old daughter Lily on his hip. He knocked on a door, but it wasn't the right one. He hadn't meant to. For hours, rain had poured down. His car's navigation system had stopped working, and then his phone died too. The motel signs flashed, but they all said, "No vacancy." And his old car had just broken down a few blocks back. John felt tired, broke, embarrassed, and desperate. So, when he saw a porch light shining brightly through the storm like a lighthouse, he didn't even think. He just walked up and knocked 2 times, then 3. The door slowly opened, and a young woman stood there. She looked about 35. Her dark hair was tied back simply, and she wore a soft, comfortable-looking robe. Her eyes opened wide as if she'd seen a ghost. "I'm so sorry," John said quickly, trying not to move Lily too much. "I was trying to find the Elmwood Inn. My daughter is tired and But the woman gently raised her hand. She whispered, "I've waited since 1998. John blinked. "What?" she said softly. "Come in. Both of you. You are soaking wet." John should have said no. He should have said sorry again, stepped back from the porch and found another plan. But the warmth, both real and emotional, pulled at something inside him that he didn't know was still there. By the time they were inside, Lily was curled up on a couch under a soft blanket that smelled like cinnamon and comfort. John's coat hung on a hook, and a cup of warm apple tea steamed in his shaking hands. He finally spoke, watching the woman put a tea bag in her own cup. "You said you were waiting?" She smiled a little sadly. "In 1998, my older brother Leo left. He packed a bag and said he was going to travel the world. He never came back. No note, no call, not even one postcard." John took a deep breath. She continued, "I was only a kid then, but I kept the porch light on every night when I finally owned this house. People thought I was crazy. But I hoped that one day he would come back, tired, confused, or hurt." "I'm not him," John said gently. "I know," she nodded. "But it looked like you might be someone else's loved one, tired and lost. My brother might not have come home. But maybe it was someone who still needed a place to rest, a moment of kindness." They talked until morning about losing loved ones, about life, and about what happens when your dreams don't pay the bills. John told her about Lily's mother and how cancer doesn't care if you're doing well or if you have plans. He talked about the hard days, the quiet days, and the days when even a simple piece of toast felt like a special treat. She told him about her work as a graphic designer, about her passion for old books, and the way the house creaked at night, as if remembering all the old stories it held. She made them pancakes and bacon and found a dry set of pajamas that her nephew had once left behind. Her name was Sarah. John never made it to the Elmwood Inn. He stayed 3 days instead. He fixed her leaky kitchen tap and tightened a loose railing on her porch. Lily picked dandelions for Sarah and drew pictures that hung on the fridge like priceless artworks. As they spent time together, John found himself drawn to Sarah's quiet strength, her thoughtful eyes, and the easy way she laughed at Lily's jokes. Sarah in turn saw John's deep love for his daughter, his resilience, and a kindness that shone through his tiredness. When they left, Sarah hugged him, and for the first time in a long time, John felt a connection that went beyond simple gratitude. She pressed a folded note into his hand. "Open it later," she said. He did. That night, in a borrowed bed at a friend's apartment, with Lily finally sleeping peacefully beside him, John opened the paper. Inside was a short letter, simple, honest, and life-changing. "Dear John, thank you for knocking. You reminded me that kindness doesn't disappear. Instead, sometimes it just hides for a while. I've put a check here. A small savings account I kept for Leo just in case. I think he would be proud to know it helped another young man trying to do right by his daughter. Use it well. Give back whenever you can. Love, Sarah." Attached was a check for $2,000. John did pay it forward. A few months later, with some of the money from Sarah and a small loan, he found a better place for him and Lily. He started a steady job and began to slowly rebuild their lives. He kept in touch with Sarah, at first with text messages, then phone calls, then regular visits. Their bond deepened with each conversation, each shared laugh, each quiet moment. Sarah often visited, bringing Lily new books or helping John fix things around his new apartment. She loved Lily instantly, and Lily adored her, often asking, "When is Auntie Sarah coming?" John found himself looking forward to her visits more than anything. He realized he wasn't just grateful for her help, he was falling in love with her. Sarah felt it too. She saw a future with John and Lily that was brighter than any she had imagined. One sunny afternoon, nearly a year after that rainy night, John stood on Sarah's porch, the same porch where he'd knocked on the wrong door. This time he was holding a small box. Sarah opened the door, her smile lighting up her face. John, a little nervous but full of hope, got down on one knee. "Sarah," he began, "that night I thought I was lost. But then I found you. You opened your door and changed everything. You've brought so much warmth and light into mine and Lily's lives. Will you marry me?" Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes. "Yes, John. 1,000 times yes." They were married 6 months later in a small, joyful ceremony. Lily, beaming, was the flower girl. Sarah and John built a life together filled with love, laughter, and a quiet understanding. Sarah officially adopted Lily a few years later, making their family complete. John, never forgetting the kindness he received, eventually started a small nonprofit called the Open Door Project. It helped single parents and families in crisis find temporary shelter, warm meals, and a friendly face. Sarah, with her design skills, created all the branding and promotional materials. The core idea was simple. Local families would volunteer to open a spare room or couch for a night or two, offering a beacon of hope, just like Sarah's porch light had done for him. The program grew from a few homes to dozens, then hundreds. People called it a movement, but John always said it was just people remembering how to be human. Each participating home kept a light on. Warmth, a meal, and a listening ear were all each family provided. Just in case anyone else out there was still in the dark, still worn out, still calling. Please like and subscribe, that will inspire me to create more stories.